Hello, welcome back to the channel everyone. This week I'm taking a look at Veto Tech OT-LC. It's an open tote bag, as its name says, and you've got various, I think there's 43 pockets all the way around it, so you've got the front and back here, the two sides, there's plenty on the outside internally, and then you've got a kind of inside trough type bucket area here where you can put deeper tools, maybe even bigger tools, cordlesses and stuff like that, drills and whatever else. There's a little tub here we'll get into in a second. I'll bring the camera in, I'll show you all close up to stuff. Obviously I've been using it for about 3, maybe nearly coming up to 4 weeks now, and I've kind of got it how I need it, how I use it for my everyday use and stuff, all my various different tools. Like many of the Veto products nowadays, it has the Vswap system in it, which basically means you can velcro in and out various other different types of tool storage units and stuff. So you can do these panels here, will just velcro off. There's one here, one at the back, and then obviously if you can take that out and bring it with you wherever you're going to want to work or something, and you can put something in place, maybe like a card backed one, maybe just for, you know, throw in some more powerful tools in there, or bigger chunkier tools, meters or something. You can just like throw all your meters or something in there. It does come with a carry strap as well, and there's a little change on the big D-rings which I actually really love. The bag does actually look like my original OT-XL, the first Veto I got actually, which was about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years, I don't know, I can't remember. I've changed my loadout for that, and I've changed the purpose for it. It's just down here on the floor, fully loaded with other tools and stuff, but yeah, it looks very similar, and we'll bring it up and do a bit of a comparison and size and stuff, maybe weight as well, what I'm carrying in it. Like I said, I've been using it for about a month now, so I know what tools I need every day, what I'm going to reach for. I always want it to be in there, and it does save you on that kind of, you know, leave it in the bag, and it saves you that extra trip to the van that you don't want to do. I'll bring the camera in and we'll have a look at these pockets more in depth, what I'm using them for, what tools fit inside them basically. I hope this camera angle works for you guys. I just wanted to get the whole thing in. I've actually cleared a load of stuff off the bench itself just to try and keep this in focus. Some stuff down there we'll try later on with the Vswap system, but basically I can tilt it forward and show you what's inside the pockets, how deep they are and stuff. I tell you what, first things first, we'll give it a measure, eh? So if I throw a tape across it, we're looking around length, I guess this is the longest part of it, which is around 16 inches. I guess if you pack it out with all the tools, you could call it 17 inches. It's around 43 centimeters ish. And then so width wise, as wide as it is, again, you're looking at around, depending on how you pack it out, roughly around 38 centimeters, which is about 15 inches. And then height, I guess, I don't know, you got, what do you call that? That's the height of the actual bag, I guess. You know, it's about a foot high, you know, 31 centimeters. I mean, total height of the handle doesn't really matter. You can fold the handle down whenever you want to fit it in anywhere. I'm not going to go too in depth with all these tools and bits and pieces. I'll show you where I put stuff and why, I guess. But it's, you know, it's a working bag. It's not the glitzy glam Insta bag that everyone sees and stuff. These things get dirty, messy, full of oil and all the rest of it, all the kind of crap and sealing dust that you usually come across in daily working life. We'll just take a few bits out as they are. Like I say, you've seen these before, the just generic usual tools that fit in certain places. You know, you've got your meter and stuff, like leakage meter, tape, it's not a tape. Yeah, you've got crimpers. I will chat to you. I'm keeping these in there now. The DeWalt tin snips. I never used to carry them because they're a bit weighty, but yeah, I just find myself using those a bit more just for niggly little bits and pieces to have in here. Right, the hammer. I've had this years, and it used to be a bit bigger. You can see that, which is a nice colour there, it's matched with the actual leather of the bag. It used to be a bit bigger, and for the first week or so I had it in the bag here, and it was like waving around like a flag. I couldn't put it anywhere where it'd stay still and not smash against my elbow or door casings as I was walking through things. So yeah, I measured 3 inches, cut it off, sanded it down just to see what was going on, and yeah, that's it. So obviously you can see it fits a lot better than in the bag now. And I only use it for, well, hitting my own hands usually, and then smacking plugs in. Before we look at the Vswap system, before I pull this card out, let's have a look at this front pocket. It's got the usual little pockets inside there for bits and Allen keys and all kinds of stuff like that. Now for me, I don't really use those. I wouldn't utilize those, to be honest, because by the time you've packed them out, you've kind of lost a bit of space in the main bulk of the pocket. So yeah, like I say, for me, you could have just not had them at all. So I don't use them in a bid to keep them as flat as possible, so that I can utilize the entire bulk of the front pocket. Let's pull this out. Here she blows, nice and sticky. Obviously Veto's usual quality stuff, quality Velcro sticking in there, good. Missing the two holes left and right here where you can normally hook it up on something. I guess you can still load it out with whatever you like and carry it off somewhere, and then obviously stick it back in. Well, this is the playing card, and it doesn't get more basic than this. It's literally just nothing on it whatsoever apart from a bit of Velcro. So if I just tilt the bag forward, you can see there's the actual base of the bag itself down there, and this just slams right in there, and it tucks under the little trough area there. It's not going to go anywhere, and then we can just throw various different drills in it and stuff. So we've got the DeWalt in there, shove that in, that'll fit, won't it? Obviously the impact will always fit in there somehow. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, combis and stuff like that, but that's what that side, that kind of, this pocket, that's what it's going to be designed for, or aimed at, kind of tools that are not kind of hand tools, you know, so you're not just throwing all those in there, you know, just willy-nilly, as loose as you like. That's the last thing you want to be doing with tools. I mean, basically this, so it's going to be like chunkier stuff, meters, drills, stuff like that. Maybe a bigger torch, laser level, you get the picture. I'll spin the bag round and we'll show you the other side. So let's have a look at this side first along the way. So basically I just keep, you got a pocket there, relatively quite a wide pocket. I just keep my knife in there. I've actually lost the, you know, the bit that kind of, what do they call it, the clip on the side of the knife, to stop it kind of, well, to hold it there, I guess. So it just drops in a little bit more, but I'm not too fussed, it's still accessible. You've got the, I keep that in there, and that's for the Armeg torque screwdriver. Here, the Allen keys. Now, you might laugh, okay, this is a budget Allen key set. I've had it absolutely, I've probably had this 20 years, one of my oldest tools. Yeah, perfect for just grabbing an Allen key. It's so light, it folds up nice and small. It's got the added bonus of some screwdriver bits as well there, but yeah, it fits nicely in the end. I said it wasn't a tool review and I'm rambling about tools. Anyway, so let's turn it round. Oh yeah, D-rings, I was talking about D-rings. So what they've done, the usual D-ring is black coated with some kind of black paint or whatever, as is the anchor points. Now what they've, well, you can see it like the one underneath, the little smaller D-ring, they're all like that. And I don't know if you can make that on the camera, but this is actually metal now. It's metal coloured, metal, obviously it is metal, but it's metal coloured as well. And I think they've really thought about this, because obviously as soon as you clip anything into that, maybe the carry strap that comes with it or anything, all that paint's just going to come flying and flaking off. Plus, I think it just looks a lot better like that. It just looks a lot, I don't know, makes the bag look better. What do you think? Right, let's spin it round. Pretty much the same on this side. A whole load of tools you've seen before. We'll unload a few of them just to show you the different pocket layouts. So let's throw these out, throw them all away here. Magnetic thing, can't do without that. Yeah, like I say, just pulling all these out. You can see the various bits I've got down there. So just pens, things that we all use. Cable tie in there. Always using that. That's great. Little tiny chisel, perfect. Sharpened that the other day actually, just to give me a bit more bite. But yeah, that's a really handy little thing, because you can get it in there and you don't really know you've got it, but when you need it, it's there. Saves you a trip to the van for any other nonsense. Front little pockets here, by the way, I do utilize them sometimes, but with my tool check plus being slightly damaged, the end, this piece doesn't fit on there anymore, so I just leave a screwdriver bit in and shove it in there. Some spare blades there as well, and we've got the non-insulated, because I refuse to pay those prices, non-insulated little mirror there for, you know, folding and making sure buzz back. Oh, there's some scissors in there as well. making sure the buzz bar connections are all tight up and stuff, bit of sleeving. So we've also got a charge cable for the Unilight. So this card here is slightly different. You can see the difference in the cards. The whole diff card here, you can see it's slightly different. So you can arrange your tools slightly different on this side. That's pretty good. That's quite a nice thing. So obviously all tools are different purposes, different uses, so different sizes as well. You've got this wide thing here, I can fit my entire hand down there, but it is quite tight. If you really ram stuff in there, you'll kind of, well, you might even break it, but you're kind of going to impact on the rest of where your other tool is going to go. So I'm not really utilising that much. Bit of sleeving in there or something, that's about it. Again, this has got the Vswap system, so you can pull this side out if you're using this side and you want your flat part, your flat panel Vswap system on this side. Chop and change, do what you want. My best thing is to keep this one and this one in and just keep it for hand tools. That's all I'm using this bag for. Before we get into the centre bit, the trough area I'm calling, let's have a look on the end here. So yeah, I've got some more tools, the little Nipexes. I've got the little Bahas here. They're great as well. I use those every day as well. They're great things. Obviously, I think every company known to man make a pair of cutters exactly the same as this nowadays, but yeah, they're my go-to ones, because they're orange, I guess. I don't know. So on here, just again, not utilising the D-ring, I'm just using some of these carabiners. So we've got a bit of a lock-off kit thing going on there, just to kind of so I can quickly lock off an MCB or main switch or something. I've got a proper lock-off kit, but just to keep on board, just to keep on the bag, I keep that one. On here we've got some of these shiny shinies from Amazon, which everyone in the world seems to be buying now. They're about £3, £4, and yeah, they really do work for the Hex 9 system that Bosch have got. The Bosch drill bits that you can see that got in the end there. I think has this been used? It's never been used, that one. And I just use it for quick release, quick grab. You grab that, throw it in the drill, and then it's just back in here, and it saves putting lots of different drill bits in different holes, or kind of having them all in the bottom of your bag. They're just there for easy grab. Just push it back a little bit, and obviously I keep a 10mm spanner on that one, just because 10mm it seems to be just a kind of common size that I come across for me. A longer drill bit area there, just to kind of just pull that out. So obviously getting into long reach places. And then just a standard one here. All I've done, I don't use the actual tape measure kind of clip. I'm not actually using that. So on the bag itself, to save these flaying all over the place and smashing into things as I'm walking, like the van or my legs, I just put a bit of a zip tie, cable tie around there, and they kind of loosely fit in there, but not too tightly. They kind of keep it tight, but not too tight. So it's kind of a loose fit, really, and then they're not gonna fall out. Oh, there's a long nib marker pen as well. Spin it back round this way, and we will have a look at this centerpiece. I'm keeping the head torch, Unilight head torch, just on the end here because it's easy, quick grab. It's just right there where I need it. I know where it is. That's why it's there. What else have we got in here? So I'll just tilt my bag a little bit. So tape measure, nice, and always keep a nice light tape measure. I don't really need to measure millions of miles. So yeah, that's probably, I think that's a 3 meter tape measure or something. So yeah, gloves definitely always in the bag. Always using everyday gloves. Socket tester, self-explanatory what that is. Here is the, falling to bits now. Look at the state of this thing. Again, this is one of those things I've had for years, absolutely years. It's been in so many different bags of mine, but the end here has just come off. So always keep it in the bag because it always comes in handy. Little bit spots. Got the TIS 201 here, which is great. I use that, I wouldn't say every day, but it's nice to use, nice to have in it. It's so light. One of the best things about this is how light it is. We've got the little test leads for it, and pull these out actually. Got the test leads for it here. Great thing about this, obviously it measures in temperature, so when you're measuring things, you connect it up with, I'll show you what I was, connect it up, hold the thermocouple onto something and you can just check whether the element's working on it. Water heater, for instance. In here there are the test leads, which just fit nicely in there. They don't usually drag everything out when I pull it out. Here is the tub, which we'll just get into in a second. You can see the thing is emptying up a bit now, and these are the dividers that I was talking about. So they're official, obviously they come with it, and you can buy more if you want to divide it up even more. I think I've got mine divided there, so I know exactly where I want things to be. Also, what have we got in here? We've got a little rag here. It's always handy to keep a rag in your bag, isn't it? So there's the two dividers that go inside the little trough area. And you can have, actually, obviously you could just have nothing in there whatsoever, and you could probably just get away with putting your power tools in there, you know, putting your drills and stuff in there, and then keeping both of the Vswap systems in the cards either side, whatever you want. Do what you want. It's a versatile thing. So this is great. So we've got, this is magnetic, so it's not coming off no matter what. That's a great little idea. I think the previous one, that the smaller version of this bag that came out a few years back, it had one of these, but I don't think it was magnetic. I might be wrong, I don't know. So yeah, inside we've just got tape. Let's have a look at some ferrules and starters and whatever else, other bits and pieces. So you can see that's the size of the, and you can move it anywhere you want as well. That's the best thing about it. You can have it on the end, the middle, towards one side, or where I have it, right in the end, to utilise the rest of that space. With the bag relatively empty, I'll give it a bit of a spin round here. So obviously, like I said, we've got on the side, we've got these nice new D-rings. This is all leather down the side here, up the top of the ridge and back down. It goes all the way around. It's all leather. I'm to be honest, I'm quite worried I don't want to cut into it or anything or mark it. I mean, I guess it is quite tough and robust, but I still like to, you know, I don't want to cut it on purpose type thing, because it's as a, you know, it looks quite nice finish to the bag. On the bottom we've got the usual thing with Veto. You can see you've got their stamp underneath, but we've got this 2 to 3 inches of, basically it's just, you know, you could sit that in a 2-inch puddle of water and work away. I mean, not that you want to, but you know, if you find yourself in a situation where you've got to leave it in a load of mud or rocks or a stream or a river, as long as it's not more than 2 inches, you'll be fine. I'm going to fill it back up with the tools that I've thrown out, and we will get the OT-XL up here and do a little comparison. That's the bag all put back together. So this thing here, always handy to keep one of these. I think I got it from I don't know, B&Q Hardens or something like that. Just a little clip just to hold on to things, but I use it in conjunction with the 201, obviously the Celsius side of it, or the temperature measuring side of it. If you are measuring hot water tanks, immersion heaters, that kind of thing, you can just clip it to a pipe, or you can clip it to something that you think is going to get hot, or you want to measure and monitor the temperature of. Clip that then to its said pipe, you know, whatever, be up there or something like that, and it'll show you the if I breathe on it, it can show you that it's going up. You can see that 18 degrees Celsius. I just checked that against the, I used to call this the Cane May, I now call it the Kanye. Check that against the Kanye. As you can see, it's a very similar temperature in here, which is, it's pretty cold, to be honest. It is actually pretty cold in here, but I'll get the heater on. Right, OT-XL. And what you can see with the OT-XL is that the OT-LC is cut from the same cloth. So it's an open toe, it's easy accessible for all your tools. Obviously this one's a bit smaller, a bit narrower, but it has got the trough here, which obviously helps because you've got a completely different handle system to the OT-XL. This is still an excellent handle system. In fact, the bag itself is still going strong, still doing me really well. I've got all my, fancy myself a bit of a joiner now. I've built a shed and a pergola and a load of fences and gates and stuff like that around here. So yeah, it's all my joinery stuff in there. Other bits and pieces that I need, and a few other bits in other bags and stuff. But yeah, there you go. I mean, we've got the leather thing going on here, black leather, and we've got the brown leather here. Very similar setup, slightly bigger on the OT-XL, but perfect for what I need it for on the OT-LC. One last thing to show you guys before I head off inside for a hot toddy, because I am freezing my chimichangas off in here. The strap for the bag, so it's pretty much a generic strap that Veto do. Top quality as usual. You've got that kind of really grippy stuff here, really padded as well, and then it's tougher on this side. If you don't want to damage this section, you can hang it that way on something. Halfway down they throw a D-ring for clipping stuff on. And again, not quite sure what these are called. The part of the bit that clips onto your bag, those things. But they're the same colour as the D-rings on the bag, so the whole thing looks top quality, professional, looks really nice. I don't really use the strap, I don't utilise it whatsoever, to be honest. I've got a couple in the van, should I need to, but I'm not using it, I just carry it by its handle. Guys, let me know what you think about the Tech OT-LC. Is it for you? What do you think of this review? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'd also like to say a big thank you to all my subscribers, because I've recently hit 10,000. Yep, I'm as amazed as you are. 10,000 subscribers on this little channel. So I'd just like to say an extra special thank you to each and every one of you subscribers who's been here all the way along watching these videos and staying with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye now. Is that really 3 inches?